You're a fraud.
You're a liberal hack.
Well, I mean, it wasn't today, but I saw this fucking annoying Hillary fucking Clinton post about Barbie, which I'll definitely talk about. It's just like
Hashtag Hillary Barbie.
fucking yeah, I hated that so much.
I know it did more for like my argument against Barbie than any of my arguments.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's annoying to be on this side. But still, I mean, I'm gonna stay on my side. I'm gonna double down.
You've got Hillary, I've got Ben Shapiro. It's time for the debate.
Yeah, it's right. So, all right, let's start. Oh,
I've already started. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Hack and the Fraud. My name is Ryan. I'm the host. I'm joined, as always, by Nicholas.
By
Nicholas,
Hack.
say hi.
They call me Hack.
They call you Fraud, I believe.
Mother fraud. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm a hack
because-
or I'm a hack and one week and then fraud the next. So I don't know
think-
which I am.
I think the hack opinion is just like maybe not necessarily great opinions, but they're informed by a lot of movie watching. Whereas
Right. So the fraud is just like pretentious, like nonsense.
hasn't seen as many movies,
Right.
but has a strong opinion regardless. So I think that's you.
Well, I mean, I think you watched a film recently, wasn't it? Virgin Suicides.
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool. It's good that you finally watched that.
Yeah, I
I'd
got
watched
around
that
to
ages
it
ago. But
finally.
yeah, it's good you're up to date.
Yeah. So that's one for you.
We'll talk about that another pod.
Yeah.
That's
Because
done.
today we'll be well. First of all, like we do have a lot of new fans, so I think there's a sort of download in Montenegro and New Taipei
Nice
in
place.
Taiwan. So get a shout out, New Taipei. That's our shout out of the week. If you
Shout
haven't,
out to the smaller battling countries. Montenegro is like
yeah,
the
we're
Taipei
kind
of
of the
France.
underdog countries. I kind of am disappointed there's not more mainland China downloads, but maybe it's a firewall situation, and actually we're quite popular in China.
I think that's the only reason that we're not as popular as we should. We could be.
Yeah, I think that would. It's possible we're already there. Yeah, we might be the most popular. We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know who the most popular podcast in China is. It could be us as much as it could be Joe Rogan or anybody.
50-50.
50-50. And today we'll be talking not just about the 96th Academy Awards, but also the discourse surrounding it. Been a lot of commentary since the Oscars were announced.
A lot of informed commentary and a lot of non-informed commentary,
Mm-hmm.
which we'll definitely like. I think that's my favorite bit, the non-informed commentary. That's been taken my liking this week.
Such as, what's the uninformed?
Well, I would say I
Same.
think the absolute outcry over Barbie director and Margot Robbie not getting nominations as a absolute sort of travesty for feminism, while the first ever Native American woman nomination is just sort of forget that. It really it's just so tone deaf.
The first
I hate
Native
being
American
on,
woman.
and I know
nominated.
I'm on the side of Barbie, so it's really annoying that my side sucks.
Yeah. Well, did you think Margot deserved an Oscar
No.
nomination? No. Okay.
No,
obviously not.
I don't think so. No, like I've seen the that's not anything against Margot. I really think the this year is a pretty strong category, and I don't say that every year. I often say it's not strong. So this year specifically, an actress in a leading role, it's a very strong. That's pretty. Doesn't that look strong to you?
Well,
Apparently, Emma Stone. I mean, I think Lily Gladstone's favorite, but everyone there, I've only heard really great things about the performance. So there's no real ones that stand out to me as like, what the hell?
who would you get rid of to include Barbie? Because look, I think
yeah.
I mean, I think obviously Margot is nominated as a producer anyway, so she is nominated for an Oscar.
There you go.
And
We'll take it.
I think it makes sense, like that Ryan Gosling as when best supporting actor. I feel like he was a very good supporting role. If it was lead actor, you wouldn't you wouldn't give it a second thought. You'd be like, no. But best supporting
Yeah.
actor, yeah, like he does kind of support the whole movie in a way. And I think to the degree to which the movie does work, a big part of that is Ryan Gosling's character. And Barbie,
Hmm.
it's hard to judge the acting because like she did her job perfectly, I guess, as Barbie. But I just think, yeah, there's not enough material really to work with to. I mean, it's nothing. Margot's a great actor. Like she should have probably, well, not probably been nominated. I don't know who was nominated those years, but you could easily see nominations for I, Tonya or Babylon. So
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Babylon, I think she didn't get a nomination, but I think I, Tonya, she did. She didn't win though. So
she did. Okay,
I thought so. I'm pretty sure she did.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, very possibly. I feel like I would have maybe thought of her more as Academy Award nominee, Margot Robbie, but I will find out. You say your piece now.
Oh, I was going to say on top of
nominated
that,
for 3 Academy Awards. Sorry,
Margot.
What were you even complaining about? She's been
Yeah, I know.
nominated
Yeah,
for
like it's not
3.
like she's been snubbed every single time.
What the
she's
fuck?
she's often there.
I, Tonya. And
So actress in a supporting role, I feel is pretty weak. So Emily Blunt, I mean, did you really find her that outstanding in Oppenheimer? Like, I'll be honest.
For sure. Yep.
Well, okay, so I didn't, but I think that's not really her and her fault or anything like that. I don't think I've
It's kind of
seen
a
a great. I thought Florence Pugh was a much more convincing character and person in that movie, for example, compared to Emily Blunt. So I just didn't really remember her character at all beyond being a support to Oppenheimer, you know? So I didn't really think she was a standout in any
I think she was really good in the like interrogation scenes when she did have roles, like when she's even just in her facial stuff when she's imagining him and Florence Pugh together. I found her character to be, you know, compelling. I was really interested in this woman who's, you know, standing by, you know, the great man, the woman behind the great man who's, you know, full of infidelities.
I don't think she really had a colored role, and I'm not saying you need to have, you know, like acting and be like real. Like I don't think she really was anything to me in that movie. So I found it a really weird. I found it more of a okay, Emily Blunt, you've been good enough in previous films. Here you go, have a nomination. So I'm not sure if she's had many before.
But and also, it's not a strong year.
Well, okay, so this one's worse. America Ferrara in Barbie.
Oh yeah, that's like quite bad.
I'm not defending that at all. That's a ridiculous nomination. But maybe it's just a weak field this year for supporting role. Maybe it's just there's not many great ones.
Yeah, I suppose so. And
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know who else. Maybe should have done.
Well, I just don't. I think that's a bit of a standout to see. Like you sort of looking at me like, sure, really, her, and Emily Blunt for me. So I'm not sure who's going to win that, but in any case, no, it looks pretty strong. The best films, best pictures all look really strong. I will say, yeah, we might have cut to it at the start, but one of the worst bits of, I suppose, like discourse for the Oscars was seeing Hillary Clinton endorse Barbie in her tweet. I really hate being on this side sometimes. So I don't know what to do. But I will defend it because I think what's happened is people, there's been an outcry about Barbie not being nominated as best film and not being nominated for best actress. And they're saying it's a snub. And then there's been a counter to that saying, fuck you, Barbie, you're a toy commercial. So I think that's a bit like simplified to what is like, because I know we've gone into this and you kind of are on the side of the, you know, you say it's just a glorified toy commercial, but
it's not just, but it is.
Well, no, that's what it's getting boiled down to. It's sort of just being like, it's a toy commercial, fuck off kind of thing.
I think it's kind of fine to nominate it for Best Picture, but I understand not nominating it for Best Director, you know, like Best Picture.
No, but you understand what I'm saying? Like people, there's this tweet that I saw that was like, I actually liked Barbie when I first watched it, but then the outcry over the sort of no nominations, I hate Barbie now. It's just like, are you that insecure in your own opinion that you have to sort of like, as soon as the wrong crowd likes what
It's an interesting point. It's kind of how we perceive a lot of art these days. It's like through the spectrum lens of like what other people think about it. And it's like, I don't like this movie because people like it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I think that's
Therefore,
stupid,
the
though, don't
movie-
you?
Oh,
I
of
think
course,
that's just,
like of course,
yeah.
but we're all kind of guilty of it to some degree, I think.
I
And
think,
Barbie
I
is
think we
really
need to be
good.
conscious of not doing that.
For
But
sure, I'm trying to
I
stay
get what
out
you're
of the
saying.
discourse.
But yeah, I know. Okay, you can certainly look inward and say, okay, why do I like something that this crowd who I hate or I don't agree with and other opinions also really enjoy? Maybe an example, Fight Club. So often it's misinterpreted. Wolf of Wall Street, same. Misinterpreted. And so the wrong crowd often like it and they quote it and they're like, but you can still like it. I don't have an issue with liking the movie and having that crowd also like it. It's just, that's how it is. American Psycho.
I think specifically with Barbie, it was kind of a case of, it's like, what is this movie? How are we rating it? Like, if I say it's good, it's fine as like, you know, a children's comedy / Lego movie kind of toy commercial with a bit of heart to it, then that's a fair thing to say. But is it like a feminist masterpiece? Is it good in that way? No, it's very basic.
But still not a masterpiece. But is it more important in I suppose? I don't know. Well, I'm probably the wrong person to be talking about it. But is it more important in, I don't know, like feminists or feminism in film to the fucking Marvel scene where all the fucking female superheroes show up in that 10 minutes and go, let's do this.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, it is. Like, I mean, that's so stupid. That's like 6-year-old toy. That to me is toy commercial. Like,
oh, for
that's
sure.
why fucking Captain Marvel.
But I mean, I think
Lego Movie to me is a toy commercial.
Barbie's literally a toy commercial in the sense that Mattel wouldn't have greenlit it unless they thought that it would improve their sales. So in a very literal sense, it is a toy commercial.
In that it has improved sales in the same way that a Star Wars movie also improves Star Wars toy sales.
Well, it's different because Star Wars toys came after Star Wars, whereas
but same with the Barbie, they made the sort of line of
Barbie
Margot
was
Robbie
toys first, and then it's like make it a movie, which is different
no. Well,
from Star
I disagree
Wars.
with that. I disagree with that. I think Barbie was the. We don't have to. Let's not get into Barbie again. I think we just keep going around and around. But I disagree with that. I hate it. Like you can sort of, because I don't think the whole point of it was to sort of
not the whole point.
Love letter to Mattel. Like Mattel isn't shown in a great light. They've got the CEO's got a male dominated board. That's Mattel. That's Mattel in the movie. So it's not like they're saying Mattel's this fucking great organization.
No, but the concept of, because the corporations and boards and that kind of stuff,
which is Mattel,
are already tainted, right? So what they do is they have like the creator of Barbie as this like amazing character within the film to have that positive association with Barbie, and Barbie being like a feminist icon. Well, you know, Mattel is like stuffy old guys in suits. Yeah. They accept that, and then they kind of, you know, cut that by having it be a feminist fucking success story.
Okay, so you're going to disagree, but it's as much a toy commercial as Social Network is a Facebook commercial. That's honestly where I draw
Facebook
the comparison.
Didn't like produce Social Network. It was like Mark Zuckerberg didn't like it. You know, he tried to get stuff changed.
Yeah, but he didn't like it. But it was actually really kind of positive for him and Facebook in terms of the sort of
made him look cooler than he actually was.
Yeah, so I think they sort of came out and said, "Oh, we don't want you to watch this," but knowing that that's exactly what people would do if someone tells you not to watch it. So I just think it's as much a commercial as not Usual Suspects is Social Network, in that it's not. It's just, I think it's simplifying a movie to what it really isn't. It's sort of it's an oversimplification.
I think it's not. I think we're not saying that the whole thing is a toy commercial. I'm just saying it is.
No, I mean not you.
Safe.
But these tweets have been. They've been saying it's a toy commercial. It's just that's it. That's
I think what they mean is that it's so safe that it can act as a toy commercial. Because if it wasn't safe and it couldn't act as a commercial, Mattel wouldn't have like allowed it to go forward as it did. So, it's kind of like when somebody like Martin Scorsese makes an ad for Chanel, and it's like a little bit controversial, but overall, and it's good. It's like a good short film with Timothy Chalamet or whatever. And you would say like, yeah, this is a Martin Scorsese short film in a way, but you're not giving that the same level of credit as you are his other stuff. Because it is...
No, but I just think it's an unfair discourse because we never just say James Bond is a BMW commercial because they put a BMW in and fucking all like
well, I mean, that's kind of a good point. I kind of get what you're saying.
So I think it's unfair just to put it on this one film where obviously, yeah, following you've got a lot more Barbie sales. That's just kind of obvious and like I said, I think we're getting sidetracked. So we're just basically rehashing the same thing we were talking about last time. And our viewers from Montenegro don't want to hear this again.
I know, and I've been staying off it on Twitter because it is kind of like a weird thing where you like it or you don't like it. That's kind of the end of it.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's to me that's what's great about it.
I think I think Oppenheimer's obviously just gonna. I think it's going to pretty safely clear a lot of these Oscars. I would love to see Bradley Cooper get
I was
Best
shocked
Actor.
that it wasn't nominated in the visual effects because I found them.
Wasn't it really?
Like,
yeah.
I really don't think it was. And you know what was? Like fucking, like
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
Guardians
3.
of the Galaxy 3.
But not
really?
Oppenheimer.
Fuck me. Like that, because we know that has about 20 minutes of visual effects sort of like work put into it because they just fucking go through, they churn them out a machine. And you're going to really give an Oscar nom for that rather than Oppenheimer, which actually
it was just
carefully fucking orchestrated, like they recreated a fucking bomb. You kidding?
Well, they did
Fucking
get best
idiot.
sound and best...
I'm hot about that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I think Nolan actually just generally doesn't get visual effects in the way that he should. I think Interstellar maybe... Did Interstellar win best visual effects? One of his few Oscars?
Surely, yeah. You'd think it would.
I think Leo not in best actor is probably a snub.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's another interesting discourse. I'm on the side that I don't think not similar to, because I think his performance is much better than Margot Robbie's performance. So I agree that that's more of a snub than Margot Robbie.
Yes,
but I also don't think I could make way for anyone. From like I said, from what I've heard. So I've seen obviously. Only one of the performances. No, but I also had a small issue with his not performance, but the directive to have him as a lead. But it's hard for that to be an Oscar nomination based on the fact that he's just so unlikable. You could have a small amount of sympathy for him, and we talked about this in the Kills of the Flower Moon pod. But I think it was. I'm not shocked he didn't get a nomination here because, like, I think you need to have something that you can really sort of empathize with on the screen, and I think Leo's character's devoid of that. You hate his fucking guts.
Yeah, but I think he's just like really good at acting as that guy. Like he's like really believable as that guy. So that's acting, baby.
But it's never that, is it? It's never just pure acting.
It's not.
It's always about something a bit. It is something a bit more than that. So
like Giamatti.
Je ne sais quoi. Yeah, maybe you could, because you've seen the Holdovers. You didn't think he was that great, did you?
Yeah, no, but Giamatti, he was quite good. But I thought laying it on a bit thick. He's kind of like, it's like a role that's written for him, and it's kind of leaning into. Yeah, it's cheating. Yeah, but it's like leaning into his strengths, but in a way that's kind of like. I mean, what do you like to see in an actor is, kind of maybe something different when they push themselves and you get a performance that you don't really expect from them. This is a performance I expect from Paul Giamatti, basically. And probably a little over the top, in my opinion, which is funny because I think Maestro is like one of the great performances of the 21st century now. And I'm like, not over the top at all. It's Cooper's laying it on exactly, not thick, not thin.
Yeah.
Perfect. But
right.
I think Oppenheimer's just going to kind of sweep through it all, probably.
Yeah, you reckon best actor, best supporting actor? I was happy to see Robert De Niro there.
I think it's possible. Nah, I think Robert Downey will get it because of
Yeah.
the kind of Marvel renaissance. Although I would a Robert De Niro. Imagine if it was Ryan Gosling.
No, it won't be for sure. But he might get best song.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like he's starting to regret.
Yeah.
His
I love his
involvement in it is
the reaction from the Golden
I really
Globe
liked him,
where he's
man.
like he kind of realized that means he's going to have to sing it. It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
that's annoying.
I really want to see Zone of Interest. Just that's 10. I'm just kind of going through it now. The rest of them, international feature. That's the only one I've really heard of. Original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall. Yeah, I watched that the other day. Not that great. Kind of like just a legal drama. I'm unsure as to why it's gotten such a positive reaction. It kind of does seem like Baby's first European film. It's just kind of fine.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Go on.
Getting through to the more technical awards, I could see cinematography going to Killers. I thought that was pretty well shot, and I think
Some
we
of the
agreed on that.
coolest shots ever. Like the
I think that's
scene with
probably. I think that's a done deal. Yeah, we could probably make a betting kind of thing. Put money.
I
on
was
this, money
looking
on that.
at
There we
the
go.
bets, seeing if there were any recommendations, but there are just a lot of like $1.10 favorites, which I kind of agree with. So
No value.
there's not much value, no. And Best Original Score, I saw John Williams was nominated. The man is 91 years old. I do not think he's still in the studio. I think that was mainly artificial intelligence and his kind of assistant person writing it.
Yeah, you've seen the obviously the new Indiana Jones. Was there anything really different in the sort of music compared to the previous Indiana Jones, or was it just sort of like
No.
a twist? That was like the sheet music, right? That just like
Yeah.
do Temple of Doom again with a couple more syllables.
The only good bit is like the Indiana Jones theme song, and they blow their load way
Right,
too
which has
early.
been
20 minutes in, they're like, it's the whole song, and then like not again for the rest of the movie. It's
I mean, it would be funny if every Star Wars year a movie comes out, John Williams gets nominated just for the opening.
Yeah, true.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah. But I think Oppenheimer's probably
Yeah, I think
got
so.
it in the
I
bag.
mean, like, wasn't that amazing? I actually, stupidly, I thought that was Hans Zimmer. But like, I'm not saying it's just like the same, but it was so like, cause I'm just so used to him working with Christopher Nolan and having just a banger of a score, but so good.
Hans Zimmer's
another one.
allegedly another one who doesn't even write his own scores anymore. It's kind of like hiring the
Really?
Hans Zimmer production experience, which is like hundreds of people, but he's not writing it. He's like overseeing it like a director.
Oh,
Which is what I
okay.
hear. So maybe that's why Nolan's not working with him anymore. He's like, I want a guy who's actually going to fucking write the
Yeah.
score when I hire him to.
No, fair
Anyway,
enough.
just I don't know. I don't have any proof of that. So apologies to Hans Zimmer.
No, it's okay. No proof's great. All vibes.
And anyway, it's not really interesting, is it?
The court of
Because-
vibes. Yeah, no, let's accuse him. Hans fraud Zimmer. Actually, no, I won't say that. I won't back you because I saw him live in concert and it was amazing. And I'll go again.
was he there?
He was there.
He was conducting.
He was doing
wasn't
some
he?
piano, a lot of composing, some piano.
Conducting
But I
is
said, good enough. Really, really fun, worthwhile. Emma Stone's been nominated for Best Actress. She's sort of a big actress. Yeah, no, well, she's not
Emma
a
Stone's
favorite,
having
but I think someone that could certainly take it. But interesting segue. She was also in a TV show that we watched, both of us, recently called The Curse.
The Curse. She's having a great
No.
few years. She's establishing herself as
She
one of the
is.
great actors of her generation.
Well, we've established ourselves as movie review, and
As some of the great film buffs of our generation.
we're gonna change tact and go TV show review. I think this is my thing about TV shows. You have to get the recommendation absolutely spot on because you risk so much more with recommending a TV show and it being wrong than a movie. If you're wrong about a movie, it's an hour and a half of your time.
Yeah.
If you're wrong about a TV show and they watch the whole thing, that's like like that could be a whole week of their life that you've just ruined, and you owe that back to them.
Yeah.
So we're going out on a massive limb here to say The Curse is an absolute recommendation, right, Rhino?
Yeah, massive recommendation. You know me, I don't watch TV. I don't consider it a real art form. It's like video games, you know. It's like, you know, mammal animals. They don't have a soul. TV is the same.
Reptiles.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the other
Like
parts.
mammals, obviously they have, but anyway. So TV. Anyway, this was a good one because I watched the whole thing in like 3 days, and I think, look, it's probably the first time in my life where I've gone like, yeah, that's a 10-hour movie, and I'm fine with that as well.
I stayed up till 2:00 last night watching it. I was just like, I'll watch the last bit.
So you have
today, and I
finished
was
it.
like, I have to finish it. I have to.
How good is it?
I loved it. Yeah, I think it's really my humor. Just because I love the first Office, and I love obviously Nathan For You. So that kind of real cringe, you know, like cringe-inducing humor. Really, I love it. Some people hate it, but I really enjoy it. So there's that, and I like the parts that Nathan Fielder was like him. I liked you could see which were him, and then the co-writers Ben Safdie.
Yeah, Benny Safdie.
Benny Safdie, and you could see where he sort of comes in as well. So that's kind of made me think, okay, I need to watch more of his stuff.
Yeah, it's possible that there's always one good brother. Maybe Benny Safdie is the good Safdie because he's also an Oppenheimer.
Great actor.
Great actor. I just watched a movie today. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which he's in. He's kind of fine in that one, but in everything else I've seen, he's like really kind of spectacular. And in The Curse, he was kind of the standout performance, even though Emma Stone was amazing and kind of the best performance, and Nathan was also very good. Like, Benny Safdie stood out to me because I'm just like not necessarily expecting that from him.
But sometimes, I mean, like, I'll just give you a comparison. So when I suppose Hollywood produces, or I don't know, like a high-end creator produces something very high, like, you know, very satirical and to the bone, and they kind of don't quite get it. They don't understand it. So, you know what I mean? Like they really kind of nailed the satire here.
Oh yeah,
in what they were really satirizing. So different to Don't Look Up, whereas it's like very very kind of, you know.
Yeah, and this is like not as specific as something like Don't Look Up, which is like here's a very obvious and specific metaphor, whereas The Curse is kind of about everything, about modern life.
Very layered. Yeah,
very layered, and not. You couldn't even say it's about one thing specifically, like Don't Look Up's about climate change or whatever. You know, The Curse is about kind of like 12 different things, and all of them are fascinating, and the way they approach it in the show is really interesting. And
they don't get in the way. It's not over complicating what they're trying to say. It's very clear, I think, anyway. The messaging in terms of like. No, well, not the mess. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that's like overly ambitious and without really nailing. It does everything just.
Well, I think because it's not so specific, it's not really giving you answers. It's just, you know, asking a bunch of questions about, isn't this weird about modern life? Like, isn't this weird about relationships? Isn't this weird about how you can just be completely despairing every day of your life, as you know, but then, and then it cuts to like the HD camera of the flip there. I can't pronounce their fucking show, but and then they do those whole scenes as well. So yeah, I found it very interesting show. Very much enjoyed it. Anyway, we've got
we won't ever talk about TV shows again. I mean, that's just
that. We have to get it out of the system.
Out of the system.
It's basically a film, I will say.
Look, Oscars don't include TV shows for that reason. They don't believe they're art. They think they're just cheap. You know, like they just get in the way. So yeah.
Academy Awards. Anyway, TV is like the Community College Awards.
They're the most important things. Like, I don't tune in for the you know, to see any of the Nobel Prizes. Don't give a shit.
Yeah, gives a fuck.
Fucking idiot. Nerds. Some chemist.
Anyway,
this is acting. This is like performance.
Anyway, that's the end. And like, share, and subscribe. And see you next week.
Everyone has to like share to 10 people before the episode ends.
Yeah.